Everyone, it's Owens here from TripleSleeveTCG. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm actually going to showcase the deck I was highly considering bringing to Springfest this season. It's Bermuda, of course. It's the deck I try and play the most, every format. And I made a very interesting build. I think it's very fun to say the least. It's the most creative and fun thing I've played in Premium. Let me explain it and we'll jump right in. So the deck is based off of this card right here. So her effect says, when it's placed, you declare a card name and reveal cards at the top of your deck until you either find that card name or a duplicate card. But the trick with this deck is it's actually Highlander, so we're never going to have that problem. So basically this card says, when placed, declare a card name, grab that card from your deck and add it to your hand. The point of this deck is finding basically like a mini loop for that card, creating a ton of card advantage, and doing just some really crazy combos in the process. So our starter, playing Shizuku. She is a generic Counterblast 1, check top 5 for a grade 3. Can't go wrong, right? Especially since we're searching specific grade 3s. Playing Akari. I'm going to explain her later. She's actually a pretty important combo piece. Playing the 1 stand. Stand's just a really good card. Playing 3 draw triggers, mainly for defense. We already build a lot of hand in this deck, but this is also just to help us find some of our pieces a little bit easier. 8 crit, 4 premium, 3 vanillas, and 1 GB2 crit. Spoilers, we're playing Owens in this deck, so get ready. And 4 heal trigger, just of course, right? All right, so I'm going to showcase grade 1s next. So playing 1 Shizuku. When she goes into Harmony, she checks top 5 for a grade 3. So she's pretty important as well. She's going to help you find your Qtiris pretty often. 1 Pearl Sister. We can actually tutor the Pearl Sister combo in this deck, which is super cool. Playing 1 Lottie. She's actually there for defensive plays. So when placed, you can give her or give another unit 5k. So you basically combine this on your opponent's turn, which I will also go into. 1 Pumo. When she's placed from hand, you can call a card to guard. A lot of times this combos with this or our main grade 3 Qtiri. We're playing 4 PGs, but we're playing all normal unit PGs. So we can literally just tutor these out of the deck. A lot of matchups are also damage denying, so I try and keep the number of 6Ks as high as possible here. 1 Hanali, just a staple for any deck that is very aggro. 1 Aina, I have to explain her later. She has actually a really stupid combo. And 1 Steza. This is recycling anything. If we heal out a grade 3 that hits damage, we need it back in the deck, we can do that. So grade 2s, playing 1 grade 2 G-Guard, just self-explanatory, good card. She's a GB2 target. We really only play her to fetch her out of Owens, and she's just a very generic card you can just take out of your deck if you need a Harmony target. 1 Shuriatsu for recycling the starter. 1 Lisa-Lot, good card. 1 Spica, also a very well-known card, lets you multi-attack. So 1 Chuchiranfa, I'll have to explain this one later. There's a play where we actually go into a Nezca, gain a marker, and we basically just do the Choo-Choo Tiro play on her since we can tutor her out of the deck. Playing another Pearl Sister, so if you open the combo, win the game. 1 Prism Duo, she says on place, you counterblast 1 and you add a rear guard to hand, so she's there for extending. And finally, Magical Charge Vita. She actually extends your combos, so like her effect works on either turn's main phase. So you can literally, I'll showcase a combo in a bit, but you can go to 23k on your opponent's main phase or 21 and draw cards depending on your grade 3. And now finally grade 3s. So we have our 2 Qtiri here, just most broken card in the deck. We have our grade 4 Nezca. So she's going to gain 1 of each marker since we're not playing duplicates, unless you somehow whiff this. And yeah, really busted card, good combo with it. Playing 1 Owens. So yeah, so basically your 3 ride targets are these 3. So you want to find 1 of these 3. If you find 1 of these even after first stride, you can G-Guard or Pumo, call it, and grab it from the deck so you can have it for next turn. So even if you waste your whole hand, you can just build your entire hand back. And I'll show you a combo where you can basically plus about 15 cards in 1 turn. Playing 1 Karo and 1 Sonata. This is just if you go first, right? You could ride this, get this out. It's 18k booster, 18k attacker. 1 Vita. She has a Harmony ability. Either turn when this card becomes in Harmony, you Soul Blast 1, draw, and you call a card. So she actually combos with this and the grade 1. So say I have her out, main phase, activate this, call this behind here. She becomes 21. I draw a card, I call a card. Half the time I call this, and I grab whatever I want out of my deck. All on your main phase. Pretty busted. Playing Riviere and 1 Troyes. So with her, you can just tutor Troyes out of the deck and do the Superior Ride play. It's pretty solid. Really just decent play here. Playing 1 Coral. Coral's good going first. A lot of the time, maybe we'll ride an important piece in a matchup. We can always guard early too, and then just use her ability to pick it up. So she's not bad at all, especially if you're riding something like a grade 2 G guard, a Honolly. She gets in there. And we have 1 Lucille, another target for Anj, and a Choo-Choo name, which is important. And we have Trial Deck Farfel. She's only there for this play, so I don't have the Harmony skill, but I could just do this. Bam, 23k in my opponent's main phase with a force marker. Let me go over the G zone real quick. I wanted to give a quick tutorial on the deck before I went into my G zone, just so you guys get a better picture of how this works. It's also you have to know Bermuda in and out to play this deck correctly, since you do have to memorize every card name, right? So you have to literally declare card names, know them by heart, know what's in your deck, know your entire list in order to play this deck to the highest of its ability. But I really like that about the deck because it has a stupid high skill ceiling to where you have to know matchups, you have to know your deck, and really your capabilities and what's realistic for you in 1 turn. So we're playing 4 Alk. She starts your combos, she multi-attacks, just really good first stride if you open up Qtiri. If we don't, we generally go into Shandy stride. We're going to fish for Qtiri. If we find her, we can always grab Anj, and then we can just pick her up next turn. We can pick her up off the G guard. So generally, I always have Qtiri at the end of this. There's pretty much never been a case where I haven't. And then you can also just stall off of early game if you don't have your pieces. And you pretty much recover really well. Really good card. Always been great since its release. It's our restander. She gives all your Choo-Choo names 5k for every open circle. That's a red text ability. So there's a reason why I play Choo-Choo Ranfa and Lucille. It creates very, very good pressure. Especially on this card right here. So you're going to gain 1 of each marker, right? So you just gain 2 force markers, an Excel 1 or a 2, and a Protect 1 pretty much. And then you literally call your Choo-Choo names on those force markers. And Choo-Choo Ranfa says, whenever you bottom deck a card, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, restand. So we have this nasty 2 return. Playing 1 Riviere for Riviere stride play. Playing on stride. Most underrated stride in the deck. In my original list, I actually didn't even include this card. And then I realized the capabilities that it actually has, right? So let me set up a small demonstration for you guys. Generic good board after finding your pieces, right? So something like that, right? You ride Anj, you're gonna pick up your card. So you pick this up, I draw 1, I search, and you're at GB2 already. So we grab this, stride. So we're on her, we stride with her. Then her effect goes off again, but we're gonna use Anj first. So Soul Blast 1, bounce this, bounce the other card, draw again, search, whatever, doesn't really matter. So by this point, you're actually already playing with a compressed deck. I didn't really set it up that way, but you're pretty much gonna have a lot of triggers left, so you're gonna be thinning super hard. Then you're gonna play her again, then you're gonna proc Harmony. So first we're gonna declare the card, so we want a PG, we're gonna grab Aqua. In actual gameplay though, you're gonna have to reveal until you get it, but I already know my deck is compressed, this is just for demonstration. Then her effect is gonna go off, so you just check top 5, bam, get a free grade 3. Then you're just gonna Counterblast 2, pick up your whole field, pick up 2 of their cards, you're gonna draw a card, you're gonna gain Twin Drive. So we drew this, we're gonna call this, we're gonna call this, Harmony. Her skill goes off, we're gonna grab a grade 2 G guard, so Sandy. Then we activate her skill, she goes into Soul, bounce this, draw 1. Then we're gonna call her again. You can basically add, if we have a bunch of Counterblast, we're just gonna add that grade 2 card. Otherwise, we're just gonna grab either PG, Pumo, Steza, right? Say we have a grade 3 we want in drop. We're going to grab Steza. I'm literally still going, which is absolutely insane. So I'm going to go one again, activate this first. Now Harmony activates. So now we're just going to grab PG out of deck again. And then this activates top 5. Grab Coral. And now we have Quad Drive. So your Vanguard gains 5k for every single circle bounced. If they're at a medium damage, you can just drop this, double the power, stall them even harder if they don't have open damage. And then you've just amassed this giant hand. And we haven't even done our drive checks yet. Otherwise, we can just call Steza here. And say we had to pay stride cost somehow. So we'll have this and drop from earlier, say. And now you're going to swing, hit a Quad Drive. Bam. Skill, kill this, draw, bottom deck grade 3, draw again. And you finished your turn with 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 cards in hand. And if I was actually doing the true gameplay of this, I would have been compressed super hard with these two. So I would have probably hit at least 3 triggers, sometimes 4 off the Quad Drive. I generally compress down to like all crits or heals, and then you just at high damage, you just heal all the way down low. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's the most fun deck I've ever played in this game. I know I said that before, but it's 100% true. Now for G-Guard combos, so we have hand-in-hand Leona. So she says on place, you pick up a card, and you have to guard with a card out of your hand. That's the only bad part. But you do pick up a card from hand to field, so people are trying to attack your Kuteris, your combo pieces, you're going to bounce them back. Now, we also have this card right here, Pumo. So she just calls a card out of your hand, right? Grade 1 or greater. So you can just straight up call this card back and activate the effect again on your opponent's battle phase. So if you're missing a PG, if you're missing a crucial piece, maybe you want a second G-Guard, or if you don't have a ride target for next turn, right? So if you don't have a Anj or a, your Nezca, your main finisher of the deck really, then you can find them out of the deck. So all you really need is this card to go off, or you can just straight up find your combo pieces otherwise and still do things. So next we're going to play, let me see, get this out of the way. Play Citron. Citron is going to call a grade 1 or greater card from your hand. So once again, half the time we're going to call this. If you call in this column, even on your opponent's turn, you're going to check top 5 for a grade 3, which is interesting. It's also going to add a grade 4. It specifies grade 3 or greater. You can call Liselet to build board, then bounce it back for free. And you can call stuff like Hanali during the battle phase. Very good for certain matchups, especially if people aren't aware the amount of hand calling Bermuda has in the guard step. This is going to be the Tira combo right here. Pretty basic, so you're going to ride her. Obviously, our deck has no duplicates, so you're just going to grab 2 Force 1s, an Excel 2 to draw a card, protect 1. You already have a force marker, so it's probably like right there, and you're chilling, right? So you're on Tira. So by now you should have already tutored Choo Choo Ronfa. So so this should be out of your deck if you wrote Anj at any point, or you could have just straight up searched for it. You're going to want to have these two. Any other cards, like this is just random, right? So you're going to want to have her on the Excel circle. She's going to be on the regular. If you have the stand trigger, it's absolutely busted. So we're just going to say we didn't have the stand trigger. Just random cards behind them. So we have to bottom deck 3 cards. She's there because you just tutored one of your combo pieces. We'll just do it like that. So there we go. So you're going to swing with this one. Now you're going to swing with this. Actually, swing. Say we have nah, our deck is going to be somewhat compressed. We'll just do it this way. Swing with this one. Swing with this. Triple drive. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Activate skill. Bottom deck 3. Restand. Now this skill activates, so we're just going to counterblast 1, soul blast 1. You know, we have soul, whatever. Soul blast 1. Restand this. And remember, this text is for the whole turn. So every single open circle, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 open circles. So they're going to gain 20k. She gains 5k after restand. So she's literally swinging for 14, 19, 29, 39, 59 without triggers. And this one is 21, 31, 41. So just big numbers on restand plays. If you hit a crit, you just stack it on this and they just die. Or you just stack it on Van because your Van's restanding. If you hit 2, you just win the game. And yeah, so then you just go in again. So then you just swing with this one. If you can hit a stand, swing with this one. Boom, you hit a stand, broken. Restand this, and it should be dead by now. So yeah, we'll do an Alk play, right? So you stride into Alk. You're going to call her. You're going to grab a Kari. Kari, Harmony, bounce this, draw a card, whatever, draw this. Replay her again. Then we're going to grab Ina. So grab Ina. Harmony. Give her the Harmony ability, then you pay cost. So you're going to counterblast 2, add them both to your hand, then you're going to replay her. If you have more counterblast, you can just add the grade 2, then you can play her, bounce it, call it again, and then on swing, she's going to call 2 cards. So if you drew like anything decent, you could also have this, right? So you're just spamming top 5 checks while thinning your deck. And you're going to find, depending on the matchup, you could find this for next turn for guarding, you could find PGs, you could find the grade 2 G guard. So a lot of times you just plus super hard off this card. If you have the ability to set up for next turn, if you know your matchup, you can basically just tutor anything ridiculous. Let me see. So yeah, half the time it just gets you whatever you need. If you open any form of a combo piece already, you're in super good shape because you don't have to search one of 5 cards that you basically want. You can search grade 2 G guard, PG, this for defense, this for defense, this for main phase combos, this for lethal, this for free board. So there's just a ton of ways you can really go about this deck. You can also just straight up tutor Pearl Sisters. So on first stride, you can have like a force marker, right? And then with that little combo I showed you, just say you just tutored 2 Pearl Sisters. So you're literally going to go, so you bounce it off the grade 2, right? So you have the grade 2 here. You can literally just go like, okay, 38 with crit, 35 with crit, swing, double recall. They both have crit and they still have the power. If you hit a trigger, since you just compressed your deck, they're just going to go here and you're just going to slam your opponent. So super busted. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's a lot more to go into with this deck. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. There's a lot of intricate combos if you're planning to build this. And thank you guys for watching.